So if you've played much of custom packs recently, you will have faced Beluga with a great one inside it many, many times. I'm sure it's been in many of my own videos already on opposing teams, but I wanted to try and do something with it. I feel like inevitably something's going to happen for it to be changed because it's way too strong as it is. Now you can see there in the shop, a Great One has a 713 stat line. And level 3 Beluga is going to spit out a pet at triple its base stats. So that means you're going to get a 2139 Great One from a level 3 Beluga. And because it's inside the Beluga, it's protected from being sniped at start of battle, which often makes quite a big difference. But generally you see this on teams that are going for, almost like a draw team. It's kind of strange because a lot of people play it like a draw team, but the intent is to win. So, there might be a bunch of hedgehogs or pets that are applying weakness or crisp, for instance. And then you quite often see it with Kraken and Anubis. Basically trying to remove all your equipment, then feint everything with the Great One's ability when it comes out of the Beluga. And oftentimes the Great One stats will be enough as the sole survivor at the end. Here I make a little bit of a mistake. I end up with the wolf in second position because the Pteranodon is going to resummon the weasel. So I think we lose here. I'm not sure if it would have made a difference if I'd actually got things correct there. But we do need the Pteranodon because we're going to start trying to duplicate level 3 Belugas here. So the challenge that I came up with to try and make this a bit more interesting and slightly less cheesy, I mean it is very cheesy still, but what I want to do is have a full team of Belugas, all with various high tier pets inside, and then pill the Beluga that has the Great One in it and wipe my own team, and then our entire team will respawn at once. Originally I was going to try and do this with Eagle, so I was going to have Eagle and Stork, and then the Great One would come out of the Beluga, feint all the Eagles and Storks, and create a strong team that way. The fact is, though, nowadays Eagle just isn't as strong as it used to be, and so unless you get a ton of level 3 Eagles, all those units are only going to be 10-10 stat line, and generally speaking, nowadays that is not going to be good enough. So in this particular game, you can see I'm being very careful here because I think I had a bunch of screw-ups where, I pilled the Beluga too early. But what we're going to do here is actually put a Beluga inside another Beluga. And with the Pteranodon, that means that we can create 2 level 3 Belugas. And from here, we really just want to keep repeating this process, creating more and more duplicated level 3 Belugas and filling them with strong stuff. Now, here we end up with the Great One in the wrong Beluga, I think. And this is something that I kept doing by accident. You can see one of the Belugas comes out with the triple base stats, and then the one from the Pteranodon is just going to be a 1-1. Now, even at level 3, the Great One is not going to have enough to be able to feint the level 3 Beluga that has triple base stats, so 26 health on that Beluga at the front. And the way to solve that is with Lollipop, or you just put the Great One inside the Beluga that has the high health. So it's the one that gets pilled at the end. And oftentimes I was just, getting that wrong. I think here, I'm realizing that the Hydra is actually in the 26 health Beluga, where I would rather have the Great One in there. So we're going to put the Beluga inside the weaker one, and then probably put the Great One into the Beluga at the front. There's a lot of double checking going on because you can't see which Beluga has which pet in it without hovering, and it can be very frustrating when you get this far in the late game and then you make a simple mistake and you really kind of have to start from scratch. So we're freezing the mushroom as well because we can also use that to create an extra Beluga. I can't remember if I need it in this one or not. It's kind of funny here seeing a 1-1 Hydra, which isn't going to really do very much. In fact, it doesn't summon anything. And the Great One damage there was too much even for Nurikabe. So yeah, the one at the back has the Beluga inside that we need to duplicate. So I actually need to find another Beluga in the shop in order to use the one up here. So we freeze the pill, keep looking for a Beluga. And do I find one? We don't need a higher level Pteranodon. There's the Beluga. But we are going to have to wait for next turn. I should probably just buy something here in order to be able to sell it next turn and have 1 extra gold. Although maybe I'm just going to end up rolling. It doesn't really matter too much because we have a few hearts left, but also I found that once you kind of get the setup going here, your team becomes very, very tough to beat, even though for a few turns it looks incredibly weak. The Beluga's generating units, high tier units like Hydra with triple base stats is so strong. But we're not going to be able to beat that team. So we mushroom the Beluga at the back so we can pill it. And now we're going to generate the 924 and then 2 more 1/1s. So now the Pteranodon can go. But as I mentioned before, we can't actually feint the 924 one with a Great One. So we're going to have to work something out there. I think probably I'm going to end up mushroom pilling it again or something to that effect. I guess I could just buy another Pteranodon and then immediately pill it here, but obviously didn't think of that. We're looking for some of the high tier units that we want to put inside. So Behemoth is one, which you don't really think of it as a summon unit, but when it comes out of the Beluga, it's going to be a 36-36 because its base stats are 12-12. Quick double check of the pack to see, maybe to see which achievements I don't have. Most of them are already done. We don't have Great One itself or Behemoth there. I don't think, did I not have Nurikabe there as well? Unfortunately, at the end, once we get the 2139 Great One, since it will actually be in the team, its ability is not going to go off unless you mushroom it. And a lot of the time, I wasn't doing that because generally I was not going to have equipment on everything. Getting this all set up and then also being in position to win, you generally just don't have time to find all the equipment you need. So here, yeah, I can, I think here that I'm able to put the Beluga inside the other Beluga and pill it, but if I do that, it's just going to give me another 924. We do need the mushroom. So that's what we're going to do. But again, we still need 2 more pets inside, and then we also need to make sure that the 924 can feint. I actually can't, now that I'm watching this back, I can't remember what I do. Maybe I actually just have to sell one of them because we don't have any way of reducing the stats. And now you can see level 3 Behemoth comes out as an absolutely colossal unit. Although here we only tie with this team, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the octopus inside the 1/1, and then I'm going to have to realize that there's nothing I can do with the 924. I was probably checking the pack for Lollipop, which I had clearly forgotten to include. So now I actually just need to roll for a base stats Beluga, because it's the only thing that's going to be able to feint when the Great One comes out, and there we find one. And I think, yeah, I could have just sold the 924 there. I don't know, it's going to make a huge difference in the next battle. We do have a heart intact as well anyway. And Leech Camel, I see a lot of this now, the Koala plus Leech Camel. I think it's been changed on the test server, so Koala is not going to work the same way it used to. Which I guess is a good thing, slowing down these teams that are still playing Leech Camel in May 2024. So yeah, I was about to make a mistake here. I think I'm realizing that there's nothing I can do to actually get another 1/1. So we're going to put the... we can't put the Phoenix in because we've already got a Phoenix. I wanted to have all 5 different units. We'll just put Nyala inside. Now this does feel a little bit... pointless because the Nyala is just going to come out as a level 1 with base stats, so it's barely any different to just buying the Nyala, but there we go. Pill the Beluga with the Great One inside. All the other Belugas get fainted. And yeah, the Nyala looks like a bit of an odd one out with the 3-4 base stat line and level 1. But we will give it pancakes. And yeah, I probably should have just put melon in, but a lot of the time I don't like putting melon on tier 6 these days just for a bit of variety. But we actually face this Salmon of Knowledge team, which makes the Nyala level 3, but also their Walrus level 3. Someone else waking up to the power of Salmon of Knowledge. And yeah, because we had no protective equipment, we don't quite have enough to even scrape the tie. Salmon of Knowledge, such a strong unit. And then now we're just rolling again for one of the decent pieces of equipment. And I think really I'm only looking for Mushroom, because Mushroom on Octopus or on Phoenix would be very good. And in the end I settled for a chocolate on the Nyala. But this opposing team is actually going to kill the Phoenix at start of battle, meaning everything gets covered in crisp. And the Octopus is going to kill the Hippo. And that should be good enough because the health on the Great One is so high. So there was the challenge completed, although I was a little bit disappointed in having the level 1 Nyala. So of course we go again. And there we go with 2 achievements as well for Behemoth and Great One. And this time I went back and changed the pack so that I had the Lollipop. So the Beluga at the front has had its stats swapped, meaning with only 9 health, the Great One can actually knock it out. So this time we're going to get almost an identical team, except we have a level 3 Hydra instead of a level 1 Nyala. So a slight upgrade. We are on turn 18, but we do have 4 hearts. The more I tried this, the more it felt like it was quite easy to repeat this. And it's very strong once you get all the good units inside the Belugas, as we face the generic Tiger Leopard that wipes our entire squad. Level 3 Hatching Chick has quite a lot to answer for. So we actually lose there despite having a full team of level 3 tier 6s. And yeah, unfortunately we roll no decent equipment again. But I think this time I will freeze the potato, having just had the full squad wiped. So we can potentially block some snipes. Another sniping team, although at least this time it's not start of battle, but each Cobra snipe is actually doing almost 60 damage here, I think. Or is it 50? Yeah, it's maybe 50. I guess Tiger has a lot to answer for as well, to be honest. I think since I'm offered pancakes here as well, I'll just take that and then buy the potato to try and protect the Hydra. Yeah, nothing good there. We keep rolling rice plus magic beans. But the Behemoth is actually above 50-50 now. And then another team, when you get to this kind of a late stage, so many of the teams have all level 3s. Although they generally have done it the normal way instead of with Beluga Pill. But this team is just going to lose by virtue of the Phoenix Summon. So there we go, the full team from level 3 Belugas. And I think overall this is fairly easy if you want to try it yourself. Here are some other runs which happened just before I managed to get the successful run. And this is a situation where because I wasn't quite sure the order I should be doing things, I often ended up getting to the end, but not being able to pill the Belugas in time. Or pill the one Beluga with the Great One inside it in time. And so what would happen is I would end up with a team that was too strong. So I think here we get matched with this opposing summon team, but the Great One's going to come out and just absolutely devastate their squad. They do get the German Shepherds resummoning, but it's not going to make any difference. And so we accidentally win with the 5 Belugas, even though I think, was one of them empty or one of them actually just had the Beluga inside it. Yeah, turn 14, the 18 damage per snipe from Great One is just so high. And then here's another one, it's the exact same thing. We were 1 gold short on the pill here, I think. So yeah, we go in for another 5 Belugas. And the opposing team, as soon as you see it, you know it's not going to be good enough because they're going to instantly lose their backline units. And then we have the level 3 tier 6s coming out of the Belugas as well. And then I've got one last little bit of bonus material here. It's not a video clip, it's just a screenshot. I actually sent this to Flame quite a while ago. This is a 5-of-a-kind Beluga in Golden Pack, which I played on my phone and then forgot to transfer to the PC, so it actually ended up being lost. Probably the only time I've ever lost a 5-of-a-kind run.